the economic situation of the country is tearing a lot of people apart.
50 million Nigerians are affected by mental illness.
Nigeria, over worsening economic hardship.
We're going to see a rise in mental health issues.
We are tired of being hungry. We cannot even feed our children.
Like depression, anxiety, in extreme cases, suicide.
Nigeria's economy is grappling with soaring inflation.
Unemployment rate on steroids. 1 in every 10 Nigerians suffer one form of mental disorder or another.
There are only 130 psychiatrists in Nigeria.
Mental health struggles.
Nigeria.
It's in Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Of Nigeria.
The mental health state.
Mental health. Big picture, why is it so tough right now?
The system's broken. The mental health system does not work.
So where do we go from here?
Across Nigeria, millions of people wake up every day and perform the same quiet ritual. They count their money, calculate their needs, and hope that the numbers somehow add up. But most days, they don't. So let's consider this scenario. In 2020, a Nigerian decides to get some groceries for the week and fill up his car. On his shopping list are essentials like rice, eggs, and a couple of other things. According to the 2020 selected food prices to watch and the PMS price for petrol by the National Bureau of Statistics, this combined trip would cost about 11,000 naira. Now fast forward to October of 2024, that same shopping trip would cost over 70,000 naira.
After long months of meetings and negotiations, organized labor and federal government have now agreed on 70,000 naira as new national minimum wage.
Although the minimum wage has increased on paper, it hasn't kept up with inflation. Unemployment is still high, and many people who have jobs are underemployed, working long hours for very little pay.
Unemployment has devastating impact on young people's psyche, even their quality of life. They are trapped at survival levels, struggling every single day to feed and just to breathe, being unable to explore their potential to the point where they can harness their creativity and further channel their innovation.
So there's actually a scientific reason why everything feels harder when under financial pressure. When under stress all the time, the body starts releasing a hormone called
cortisol.
Normally, cortisol is helpful, but when it stays in the system for too long, it starts to cause problems.
Basically, cortisol causes inflammation in the body. So inflammation of your vascular system, inflammation around your heart. Particularly around that time, we were seeing a lot of heart attacks caused by stress.
High cortisol levels affect parts of the brain like the prefrontal cortex, which controls focus and decision making. It also affects the hippocampus, which handles memory. And this is why people under constant pressure start forgetting things. They lose focus and they get irritated more easily. Over time, that stress builds up and can lead to anxiety, burnout, or depression.
We need to see mental health as important as physical health. The stigmatization against mental illness often results in the ostracizing and demonizing of sufferers.
According to the World Health Organization, mental health isn't just the absence of mental illness.
Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and our social well-being.
Right now, an estimated 20 million Nigerians are living with mental health issues, and yet we barely talk about it. And when we do, it's often wrapped in stigma and misunderstanding.
The misconceptions around mental health issues is extremely high.
In 2020, a national survey by the African Polling Institute asked over 5,000 Nigerians about mental illness. Many believed that mental illness is caused by drug abuse or evil spirits or even divine punishment from God. And about 70% of respondents said that mental illness looks like this.
Growing up in West Africa, when people used the term mental, what came to mind was a madman with dirty, dreadlocked hair, bumbling around half naked on the streets. We all know this man. Our parents warned us about him. Mommy, why is he mad? Drugs. If you even look at drugs, you end up like him.
While the government is trying to build a system that works, a number of NGOs and community organizations are stepping in, offering therapy, crisis hotlines, and awareness campaigns. But real change won't come from institutions alone.
And something I cannot overemphasize is being your brother's keeper, lending a listening ear, reaching out to that strong friend who you feel has it all together. And something yet so minute, but to me is really important, is asking the question, how are you?
We can actually make our sense of community our greatest defense against mental illness. While we may not all be experts, we can all be there for each other.
And to all those who are living with a mental health problem, you're not alone. Thank you.